welcome to the PTC Pre Race Chat for 2025. We got some of the fast runners with us today that are we're gonna interview, talk to them, get some helpful hints from them, and we're gonna see how it goes tonight. So we got Mark Burgett, who out of Jacksonville, Florida. He is currently the men's course record holder in 5:59:51. He did that in 2020,
Woo!
the COVID year. So we have a great video of Mark that we posted the other day from 2020. You can go back and see it. Great video. Then we got up in the top right, we got Alex Rosier, who has only run one official ultra in his lifetime. All right, so Alex is out of Dunedin, Florida. Ran PTC last year in 6:47, which is amazing intro debut time. We got Joanne Fisher out of Orlando-ish area, Sanford, Florida. Yeah, I did her home inspection. Joe is probably the veteran of this race. How many times have you run this race, Joe?
I think this will be number 4.
Number 4. All right.
Yeah.
And if you look on Ultra Sign Up, she has, on the women's side, she has the 4th fastest time, the 6th fastest time, the 8th fastest time, and the 10th fastest time. So every time she's running it, she's done well. And I believe, how many have you won it 3 times?
Yes, and then that last time.
Yeah. So she's a veteran in the group. And then we have Lo Anvo out of Brandon, Florida. Lo made her debut last year at PTC, and I should have had your time all the way up here, but she runs so many races, so I got to scroll down. She ran in 6:57, so she was the third female to go under 7 hours at PTC. So welcome, everyone. Hope you guys, we're going to go around and see how the training's going. Mark, how's the training going for PTC? You're coming off of a win at the Trident a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so it's gone well. I took 1 week off after Trident and was able to jump back into training. So I've been averaging about 80 miles a week for the last probably 12 weeks, 13 weeks.
Nice. Yeah, I think what you did a 30-mile run. Was it last weekend or the weekend before?
Last weekend. Yeah, last weekend I did my last long run for 30 miles. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran into me and Alex cross paths on the trails all the time, and Alex was like, "What did Mark run the other day? Did he do 30 miles out there?" It was pretty crazy. So, so you look like you're geared up to come, ready to come. Alex, I know how your training's going pretty well. We train same spots on the Pinellas Trail. He's probably the most familiar with the trail. He lives at mile 25 and a half. And runs sometimes mostly north, sometimes south. I know I always run north. Alex, he ran Dirty Bear run. Well, he did an unofficial run at Dirty Bear. 3 weeks ago? He had a wedding to go to, so he started an hour and a half early, but put up an incredible 45 miles in. 5 hours, 54 minutes. So he started an hour and a half before everybody, finished an hour and a half before, crushed it out there. Alex, how are you feeling? How's your training going, and how are you feeling?
Feeling great. I'm dealing with the recovery of a long run. I messed up my training, honestly. Looking at you, Mark, I'm like, you're an animal. I've talked to Jeff about you. He's like, Mark, he's like clockwork. There's no messing with him. He just, every day he's out there. His training routine's always on point. So the summer started good for me from a training perspective. I thought, okay, I'm doing well. Started doing some, I had structured miles. I was up to like 80, 85 miles, something like that. But I do a mix of cross training. So I do biking and running, and they're always at odds with each other as far as getting miles in. So, and I just do them for fun. But like 3 weeks before DBR was the Tour de France, and the bike, this local bike shop had a challenge of, can you ride 40 miles a day every day the tour is riding? So I shifted to riding my bike just for fun. And then I came that DBR run, like I call it a cheater DBR run because I didn't really run in the heat. It was my first long run back, and I was completely unprepared. I didn't realize how much of my long run legs I would lose. So anyways, I've been dealing with some recovery since then. So now my training, I feel like I kind of botched my training, but it's all for fun, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I guess next year I think I'll just stick to running throughout the summer and be more disciplined about it for this PTC race next year. But anyways, I feel fine. I got a little hip injury that I'm like milking, but
no, you're not supposed to tell anybody that. You're supposed to say you're coming in 100%. I think keep it a secret that you have a hip in.
No, yeah, I can't. I don't have a hip injury. Can't use that as an excuse.
He's gonna feel fine on race day.
It does. Exactly. You forget all that. So
that's right.
All right, Joanne, you really haven't. You've run 2 races this year? You did long haul. Basically we pretty much ran a pretty same race. You and I just 5 minutes apart from each other at long haul. You had a great time of 1950 to go sub 20, and then you did Wings of the West Urban, which was just a 55K. You missed You missed the Summer Slam races this year. You had something on your calendar that was pretty big this summer, getting married, and I know we got to share some miles down in Cancun. How are you feeling? How's your training going?
My training is completely chaotic. I'm not really. There's no training plan going on. I'm just running when I can. I managed to get. I did do 1 30-mile run a couple of weekends ago just to get that in before school started back, and now it's crazy because now I have kids at high school, which I have to be home by 5 a.m. to wake them up. So that's kind of making the morning running difficult. So I've started joining in the high school running in the evening when they're doing that at the parks. So it's completely random. I did some bridge repeat intervals with high schoolers last Monday. That was my training then. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I didn't originally sign up to do PTC this year. I was going to just volunteer instead. And then when I missed the Lake Baldwin run, I felt really sad. And so I signed up that day to do PTC. So. And then I was on the wait list for a really long time. And now I got
She did not get any preference to where she was. I was trying to pull strings to get her in the race. And the RD is so strict on rules. She's married to him. He would not let her. She had to get in legitly. So I was trying to pull strings. Yeah. So yes, her new husband Luis is the race director, a legend at PTC also. Lo, you're on mute. There you go. All right, she has a heck of a schedule, so she's a little different than Joe. She's put up 36 miles at DBR a couple weeks ago. She did the Keys 100, where she was 5th female bootlegger. She was first place up in Georgia. She's done Save the Daylight, where she was first female, the 48 hour. I feel like I have followed you all year long. We have live streamed almost every race you've run. We're gonna make a highlight clip of just you at the end of the year, because I feel like we basically followed your journey this year. First place at long haul in 1812, so kicking butt this week. But just coming off a trip over in the Middle East, I think you flew in last night. So how are you feeling, and how is your training going?
Well, from the trip, I feel pretty good. Training, unfortunately, after May, after the key, I was has a training plan over the summer to get ready for the fall, but unfortunately, it didn't go as planned. So training over the summer wasn't, quite as I wanted it to be. Is I have a little bit issue with my leg, so I had to take it easy, take it off a little bit, off here and there, and try and get it recover and healthy for the fall seasons. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I say, the summer training wasn't what I was hoping for, so I run, as in a couple of races and stuff. It turned out okay. I guess not the best as I hoped for either over the summer, but I try not to get it, worsens the injury and trying to get it better. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, I would say you get to slow up after PTC, but I'm looking at your schedule and it's pretty all the way from a 24-hour to a 48-hour, a couple 100 miles in there in a backyard ultra. So we love seeing that you do a mix of everything out there. So it should be we love following your journey. So. Quick question. So you guys, well, we got a couple of questions. So you guys have all run the race before, at least once. Is there anything, what was the good that you took from the race that you want to repeat? And what was something that you did bad that you want to change for this year's race? Does that make sense?
I'll go with me. I ran it back in 2020. And I think my mistake in 2020, I went out a little bit too fast. I went out at a 7:20 pace. So I am definitely planning on bringing that back down, trying to learn from that a little bit because I suffered the last probably 15 miles of that race. So I'm definitely going to go out a little bit slower this year.
What was the other 50 miles you've done?
Say that again.
How does that compare to other miles you've done? Is it the heat of this one, or is there something different around this one? Have you been able to do the 720? Yeah,
it was mainly the heat. Some of the other 50 miles that I've done have been in the winter, and I was able to run at that 7:20 pace is pretty much what I ran. So, with the run walk ratio that I ran, I ended up running a little bit too fast because I was trying to squeeze in 2 walk breaks. And so I'm going to back it down to 1 walk break per mile in this race.
What was something good you can take away from the race, Mark, besides getting the course record? That's something you did during the race.
I just think it's a real competitive. I mean, I think there's a lot of support out there. Once you hit the turnaround, you get to see a lot of the runners. So there's a lot of runner interaction on the way back to the finish line. That's what I always look forward to, is the turnaround point.
Yeah, it is, and I love that we changed the course back in 2019 so that you can see the people on the way back. Because originally, I'd maybe see 4 or 5 people all day long in the race. So,
if you slow down a little bit, Mark, you'll see people along going out.
You know how tough it is when you're finishing and there's still people have 20 miles to go on the way out. Yeah, I know, Alex. Probably the thing that was worse for you last week was you ran with me for the first 30 miles. He politely asked me, he's like, "Hey, do you mind if I run ahead?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm hurting. You go." So, Alex, you've run this race once last year. What was the bad and what was the good?
The bad, I think, was actually training wise. I was in Boston for a month and a half, up to 10 days before the race. And so it was I was running in 70-degree, no humidity, super nice weather. And so I had 10 days to do heat training, and my rate just didn't acclimate. But I thought I was going to run the PTC at, zone 2, sub 150 beats per minute heart rate. And I ended up being able to sustain 158, which I was kind of surprised by. So that was good for last year. Just kind of a confidence booster, just seeing how my body behaves over 6 hours and being able to sustain a heart rate that high. I thought I didn't plan on doing, but that was not getting good heat acclimation and training in before the race. The real good was your trick. One of these bad boys, which are kind of a well-touted trick now, and I guess Mark doesn't do it. But I didn't know about it. I saw messages in the Facebook group. Oh, I got my freezer full of frozen water bottles. Starting about now, a week out, and I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. But Jeff had, his whole crew out there, and so I was running with him, and he was like, yeah, if you want, I've got a couple extra. Come to find out, by the end of the race, I'm like, hey, we got 10 miles left or whatever. I'm like, hey, can I get one of those frozen water? He's like, no, we ran out. So I don't know if he's giving me his extras, but these frozen water bottles are, I don't know, for me was a big boost. Some studies show cooling through the palms the studies are mixed as far as if it's actually a physiological benefit, but it's definitely a psychological benefit. And so that's what, if you just freeze some cheap water bottles and run with them every 3 to 5 miles, just crack it open, drink it, or Jeff likes to dump it over his head. That was a huge relief of just, for me, I don't know, Mark seems to be immune to the heat, but this was a big one for me.
Yeah. So yeah, I love the frozen water bottle. So it's perfect. So, all right, Joanne, you got 3 other races, but what I don't know. You can pick out of any of those 3 the goods and what's worked good for you and what was bad for you.
Okay, so I think I don't know. I sort of feel like the thing that's not so good is potentially every year I think, oh, I'll do something different training wise, or I'll train more, or do something extra. I get to the start line each year and I feel like I'm not any fitter. I might not be as fit as last time, and so I have to do something with that. So that's kind of a shame, but with it as it is, I think, right now what I'd like to do is get as much sleep as possible this week, get as much rest as possible this week, eat as well as I can this week, and try and keep the stress levels as low as they can this week, so that when I get to the start line, I've got the best chance I've got. And then I think one of the things, the year I did my best race, which was the year before last, at the turnaround, I realized I was kind of close to the girl, Katie, who was in first place at that time. And that gave me a real boost. And I ran faster on that last 10 miles because of that. And that's the situation you don't have any control over, what anyone else does. But I would like to see if I can find something in my mind that can help me recreate that, even if that situation doesn't exist. So that's my goal, is to go out conservatively and then get to that turnaround with the last 10 miles and still try and find a way to push myself, or find a way to find the energy to get back. So those are my things, I think. Even if there's no one, if there's no one behind you and there's no one in front of you and it doesn't make any difference to your overall place or whatever, but just still try and find that motivation to push it, even when it's not going to change anything. That's my goal. So we'll see.
And here's my secret. I'll give away my secret. Is at the turnaround, when you're in a competitive field, I run my fastest mile after the turnaround, because if someone's closing in on me, I don't want them to know I'm in pain. So I'm running my fastest mile right there, so that when they see me, psychologically, I'm getting in their head. So, all right. Lo, last year was your debut at PTC. I know you learned a lot out there. You ran a great race. What was some good and what was some bad from last year?
From last year, I come back, think about it. I think I did take off probably a little faster than I planned. So toward the end, I didn't run as fast as I wanted to, and that's tribute to probably taking a little bit not by very much or anything, but probably a little bit too fast. So okay, the good part of it, I always enjoy seeing all the runners. So the turnaround point, even though I was really tired, but that was really great too, when you turn around, you see all the a runner, or of course, run into it and you see all the fast people turn around and say hi. Like,
Well, there aren't
Mark,
many.
Wake almost finished. Was like, damn it. Yeah. But yeah, so I think that's always motivating, to when I think I did like the course on that portion. So that's kind of a good thing because at the end you're kind of tired, but you get to see all the people. But so yeah, like this especially on this one, I'm still nursing the injuries a little bit, so I'm trying to have fun.
All right. Next question: are you going crewed or uncrewed, and who do you have? Who do you have on your crew? We'll start with Mark. Mark again.
I'm going crewed this year, and I got Miles for Marty. Marty's going to be crewing me this year.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. How are you, Alex?
Last year when I was running with Jeff, there was this guy on a bike, and Dave, and we started chatting it up. So when Jeff dropped out, he was like, "Hey, you want Dave to crew you this year?" So I'm gonna have Dave next to me again this year. So we'll see how it goes. Last year I didn't have a crew, and I just used the aid station. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think I'm gonna do some drop coolers every 3 miles with just ice in it and some Coke. But yeah, he'll be there to press the buttons at the crosswalk, I guess.
Yeah, Dave's probably crewed it. He's probably crewed me 7 out of the 8 years I ran the race. So he knows what to do. So he's a very veteran with crewing. So he'll be great for you.
Yeah,
Joe, I know you kind of get stuck every year with. Sometimes you have crews, sometimes you don't. What's the situation this year?
I have a crew. I have my daughter's. My daughter's coming. My daughter's going to be crewing me. So
Awesome.
hopefully that goes well for her. And it will be. She did crew me for Wings of the West race, but it was her and Luis, so they were driving together. So she's had an idea of like how it goes, how to do it. So yeah, got her out there. So hopefully she manages all the driving and the stopping and the pulling up and.
All right, Lo, who crew or uncrewed?
So I'll have crew. So my husband, Justin, so he will be out there crew me this year.
Awesome. Justin's a veteran also. I mean, you guys got pretty good crew. Marty knows what he's doing. Marty's crewed a lot of people. Justin, I mean, he knows you pretty well. Dave's great. And your daughter has one race. She's gonna. But she has Luis on speed dial. I'm pretty sure if she needs something. So you'll be in good shape there. So all right. So this entry list, when this race every year happens, this entry list gets stacked when we start looking at it, and we're like, this race is going to be incredible. It's going to be great. And then you just start watching runners pull out of the race. I think at one point we had 90 people on the wait list, and now we're sitting at 253. Any shout outs to any other runners that we should be looking at? I have my list of runners. I know we're gonna look out for this weekend. But who has caught your eye? I know some of you guys have done some research, so I know Mark's probably done the most.
I can't wait to hear it.
I think for me, Vince Carter. I think he won Dirty Bear a couple weeks ago. I think he's going to be one to contend. And Fred Sully is another one. I think he set the course record for across Florida 200. I think he's going to be another one to watch. He ran a Daytona. I ran with him back in Daytona a couple years ago, and we ran a bunch of miles together. So I think those two guys are the guys that are going to be up there with us.
Yeah, definitely. We were trying to get Vince on the show tonight, and he had something coming up. So Vince is local guy, Clearwater, and he's been running really well. So, Alex, who's caught your eye? Any other runners on here?
No, I mean Vince. I run with Vince every once in a while, so obviously I'm rooting for him. I hope he can go sub-6. That'd be cool. I think he got it. Let's see, Vince. Come on. No, you said Andrew Kelly's going to run it, right? He did well at DBR. I didn't see him.
So,
I don't know if I saw him on the list or not, but
he's down there. He's he has a little lower ultra sign up score, but as far as I know, because I think he's staying here at my house too on Friday night. But Andrew Kelly he's down there, so
nice.
He will be in the race. Andrew Kelly out of Liverpool, he's running really well. Run a bunch of races over here. Yep. So, Joanne, who's caught your eye on this list?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, Luan is probably going to be up there, the top person. All going well, all going according to plan for her. Then that's likely. I did have some people, and now I don't have the list in front of me, and I can't quite think who it was. But there's a whole load of people with 0% ultra sign up score. And honestly, this race, it could be anyone who has 0%, who could be an excellent runner from somewhere else that just hasn't done a lot of ultras. So you just never know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So we've had people come in with we see it a lot at Dirty Beer Run or some of the other races that they come in with 0 ultra sign up score and they just crush it. I think you had noted Lindsay Vera. I don't know if she's
yeah.
So I know I asked you a couple weeks ago. Lindsay Vera. Sage Lyons is always a strong runner. I would love to see her.
I think she has a lot of potential. I think one day she's going to go out there and just crush something.
So, Lo, have you looked at the list? Anything on the list?
To be honest, like I told you, I made a decision to continue to run the race like this morning when I text you. I have a way back to secure the spot, but it was uncertain if I actually was be able to make the race or not. So I did not look at the list. I think a while ago I just looked at trying to see what time it starts. But yeah, so I do agree with Joanne there that a lot. I think it's a good distance for people who hasn't run it before, and then so 0 time, and then to go out there and totally crush it, right? And you see that, so it'll be very interesting and very exciting to see all the new runner enter into the ultra world and just totally crush it. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, nice. I didn't look at the list before, but sounds like it's gonna be a good run. So looking forward to see you guys, out there being through the course and hopefully break some record out there. And it'll be very, very fun to see.
Yeah, sometimes with a 0 ultra sign up score, you don't know what to do wrong, so you run really well. After that, you overthink it, and we saw that in 2020 when Mark was out there. Our second place guy, Darius from Poland, he's one of my best friends. I still can't say his last name. He took second place, came out of nowhere, and we had no clue. We had no clue who he was. Decent marathon time. And then, we Jenny was also in there that broke the course record. We knew who Jenny was, so we knew she was going to win the race that day, but that was her first ultra, and she did well. So a couple other names on there. You got Eric Kalina, who is currently the leader in the Summer Slam race series, and Lo is the female leader in the Summer Slam series. So Eric Kalina is a tough runner. He's actually now local here in Clearwater. Zach Spino's always going to run well. He's been running well. Who else we see on there?
Lucas Vidal.
That was the next one I was going to say was Lucas Vidal. Luke, Luke, he's run this race twice, and I think he could have a breakout year this year and easily go under 7 hours. I think he has that in him. I'd love to see Luke have a great race. I missed one. Justin Boyle, he's been running well. I'm going down the list. Connor Land, the young guy out of Jacksonville who ran his first ultra last year here. He should be running. You got one of the Musso brothers, Brian Musso is running. He runs well. Nick Urena. I would love to see Nick go under 8 hours. I think he has it in him. And I don't know what his PR is on this course, but I think he can definitely put a good race in. There's one other, Ann Roberts. This will be her first ultra, and we saw her at the Backyard Ultra in the treadmill, and she made it through the 50K pretty easily. Like, she quit at 30 miles, but she still looked in pretty good shape. So there's a long list down there, and apologize if I didn't mention your name. But we will be doing the live stream. We will get everybody on the live stream. We are looking forward to that on Saturday, and it should be a lot of fun. So I have a guy that will be riding his bike with the leaders with the camera. So we'll be following you guys, and I'm not talking about Dave or Marty. We got a guy dedicated to following the leaders. So it should be fun. So we're definitely looking forward to the live stream. So I think I made a good choice by pulling out of the race and focusing on there. So we'll post a link. We got a couple people like Nick, man. I'm like, are we going to do the Nick camera? We did it at the Keys. Nick would tune in from his camera. So we're pretty excited. So here's our, I'll show you, this is our, what we're using. It should pop up. So this is what our, the live stream and everything's gonna look like. This is our logo. So we're pretty excited with that. So I thank you guys for being on tonight. We look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. I think it's going to be an awesome race. I think it's going to be fun to watch this race this year, and it will be fun that I'm not running the race and I'm not stressed out about it. So if you're coming in town for the race, we look forward to seeing you guys. We got some fun events happening. It should be a great time. So we'll see you guys on Saturday.